Situated in the heart of Ireland, Longford Town also has its own issues with the illegal drugs trade. The town is the centre of several motorway arteries and is surrounded by rich countryside, so it's both an urban and rural problem that impacts Gardaí here every single day.
Impacts the Gardaí. Oh, the poor fucking Gardaí being troubled with crime.
Yeah, the primary victims of crime are the Gardaí. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. The primary victims of Jewish greed were the Nazis.
Yeah, the poor Nazis. If only all those Jews had killed themselves and just fucking...
Yeah, then they would have been fine. They would have built the Reich and everyone would be speaking German and happy and prosperous.
There you go.
If it weren't for those filthy fucking Jews.
Types of drugs, whether it be, you know, cocaine or ecstasy or whatever it is, they don't tend to sleep. They're awake. They're paranoid. They go from high to low to high to low to high to low literally in a matter of seconds. And they're just unpredictable. You know, they're very unpredictable.
Sorry, what is he talking about? Women?
I don't fucking know. Like, it's... Yeah, maybe.
I'm sorry, that was a shit joke.
Main issues at night time would be drug dealing and drug driving. So we are aware of people within the town that are involved in the drug trade and would...
She's got the same physiognomy as that solicitor. Our solicitor on our side.
Oh, Tracy?
Tracy O'Mahony. Yeah, she's O'Mahony. I guarantee you.
Be dealing and taking drugs.
Early evening in Longford, and Louise and Rachel start their shift with the patrol of Longford Town.
Look at it, two broads vehicle.
It's not long before...
Look! They're not even driving on the right side of the road.
No, middle of the road. Go back. She couldn't even do her fucking seatbelt though properly.
I was thinking that.
3 attempts to get the seatbelt on properly.
Oh wait, further back now.
Dealing.
Oh, by the way, update on the keyboard. It's you know when you press a key and it just gives you like 4 characters from random parts of the keyboard. Yeah, that's what it's doing now. I think a day now and it'll be okay.
Yeah, just needs time to
and drug driving. So we are aware of people within the town that are involved in the drug trade and...
You know what I'm aware of? See that? There?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Come on.
And would be dealing and taking drugs.
Nice drone shot, by the way.
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of drone work.
Early evening in Longford, and Louise and Rachel start their shift with the patrol of Longford Town.
Oh, we were looking at the seatbelt thing. Sorry, I was distracted by tits and drones.
Me too. Drone footage threw me, and then I still had the tits in my mind as well.
Early evening in Longford, Louise and Rachel start their shift
She
with the
doesn't even have a
patrol of
seatbelt
Longford.
on. The driver doesn't have a fucking seatbelt on, man. Look.
Early evening in Longford, and Louise and Rachel...
Where's it? There's no seatbelt.
Come on. My God. That is just... Oh.
Shocking.
Oh, dude. The amount of fucking crimes being committed in this TV show. Like, seriously, there must be a 5th column here in the production team. Seriously.
Oh
dear.
She'll start their shift with the patrol of Longford Town.
Driving in the middle of the road.
It's not long before their attention is drawn to someone they pass on the street.
He's coming down on the bike here, so just stop. Out for a cycle, are you? No. So we're just going to search you under section 23 to misuse of drugs.
Yeah, that's exactly what you say when you meet the fucking cops is, I don't have anything on me.
Out for a cycle, yep.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to somewhere else. Ever heard of doing that?
Yeah. But again, like the context is this is the 800th time he's been stopped by these two cons.
Yeah.
So it's like I've nothing on me. Like so there's no point in searching me. I've nothing on me. And again, another fucking unlawful search. No reasonable grounds. It's not reasonable grounds because he's previously has a conviction for fucking drug use that you can just, at will stop him and search him because you found it before. That's not reasonable fucking grounds, like.
No,
If that's
that's not even the justification that the viewer has in their head when they're watching this. They're like, yeah, of course he's a scumbag. Of course they're going to search him. That's the fucking process of thought here. But that's not how the law works.
Yeah, it's not how it works because that can be easily abused.
Yeah.
Because
and
it's like
often abused.
Yeah, it is all the fucking time. Like, but people don't see it in their own eyes because, well, I would never use drugs. Like, I would never break the law. Therefore, it doesn't affect me, so it's not a fucking issue. But maybe someday, some law will be introduced that you have issues with, and you might find yourself being convicted of it. And then is it okay then that they stop you every fucking day or every time they see you because of that previous conviction you have? Now, someone might say, well, he's a known drug dealer. Still doesn't matter. If you're going to uphold the law, you have to, uphold the law. Because if you don't, well, then people might lose respect for you.
Yeah, and there's parts of the law that apply to you, that restrict your decision making while wearing the uniform.
Yeah. And again, has this guy been informed why he's being
no
searched? No. This is the second. What did they say to him first? Out for a cycle. Then he said, "I've nothing on me. You're being detained." Or didn't even say you're being detained, did he? Like, just we're going to search you now for drugs in the section. Blah of blah.
Yep. So that's victim number 4 now, isn't it?
Yes, I think everyone's been a victim, haven't they?
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. If you have anything in your pockets, can you just leave it on that, please? Thank you.
Just stand up against the car for a second. We'll bring you back to the station for a search.
Yeah.
No.
I'll get some exercise, get some fresh air.
A lot of the time it's the same faces over and over again, committing the same crimes and dealing with the same incidents.
Abby?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Please, my name.
Rachel's my name.
Don't forget your drink. Good luck.
Go fuck yourself. What did you find? Nothing. So you've just hassled the fucking guy. For nothing. So what he should be doing is, name, fucking number. Don't leave the house without a fucking video camera. Record all of it every fucking time that you're searched. Every time that they fail to find anything on you. And then find some fucking solicitor. Find a good one, if you can, who will represent you. And sue the cunts. I didn't think you could with any great fucking success. But you can. But it's expensive. And that's what it will need to take. Like, if you sue the cunts, it won't affect them personally, But if enough people do it.
In Canada, right, a part of the law tube scene, and sadly the biggest name in the mainstream in the law tube scene is Nick Rekieta, who by all appearances gave... Oh, fuck, my water pump just went off. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
It's awful. It's just random. It's not like there's there's a tap running or anything. Give it a second.
Sounds like the guard of helicopters over your house. Yeah, so this, and again, like, so they
wait, I'm talking, right?
What? You were saying nothing?
Because I'm waiting for the pump to stop.
I'm just having difficulty with the dead air, like.
Oh, I thought, the pump was, atmospheric.
Oh, right, okay.
All right.
Let's listen to the pump.
So, all right. Okay, that's not going to stop anytime soon.
All right,
Right.
just carry on.
Oh, okay, so in Canada, right, there's this guy called Ian Runkle, right? And
Okay.
he, has a cool channel name, Runkle of the Bailey,
Oh Lord.
Uh, and what he wants to do, and I fully support him in this, right? He wants to be big enough on YouTube and get enough cash inflow where he can set up an organization where he represents people for free, right? And on the other side, right, we have Tuatha De Danann, the non-political organization, you know, asking Americans for money, Why can't we have an organization that, because, look, we don't need money for fucking AK-47s, okay? We're not fighting that kind of war, right? What we need is money to push back against this kind of bullshit.
Yeah. We do. And like, this is what your education system should consist of, like to teach people about the rights, like how to, what proper citizenship fucking is like. Because if, like I said, there shouldn't be a need for the police, really, in their current form. There shouldn't.
No.
And if there is a need for a police, well then, every fucking guard, there should be maybe. Well, no, let's start with just the what we're dealing with here, the front line, the guys on the beat. You shouldn't be there for more than 2 fucking years, and then you're done. Get out. Maybe 4 years. Let's say a 4-year stretch. Okay, every fucking citizen between the age of 25 and 35 has to serve 4 years in the guards, if you so desire, and then you're done. That's it. So the corruption can set in. You've got 4 years of public service, and then, the majority of people at some stage in their life will be a fucking guard. So you're going to know what it is to be one, and to know what it is to be at the receiving end of it. And so then you have the same fucking knowledge that a guard would have, which unfortunately at the minute is fuck all anyway. But as a child, you would be educated in the actual fucking laws that govern the society. So that you would know in the event that you're being unlawfully detained, that you can, argue your way out of it. And you know that there's recourse to it, because it's a very fucking important job if you're given that amount of power over people. And that's what I think people don't understand. It's like how much actual power is there. It's not just if it's 2 random bitches who walk up to you in the street and start telling you this, they're going to search you because I suspect you of having drugs. It's like, fuck off. Get away from me. Like, if you even attempt to put your hand in my pocket, I'm going to slap you in the fucking mouth. Both of you. And there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. Really. So, like, without the fucking the power that they wield, like, that's behind them, like the entire fucking state apparatus, there's nothing to it. So if you're wielding that level of power, you better be the best fucking educated person on the planet to be put in that position. Not just some fucking culty cunt or some knacker dub who just couldn't fucking make it. Or, granted, you wanted to be this big fucking important person, but you couldn't make it. So now you're going to find, like you alluded to earlier, now you're going to find that power being a fucking petty tyrant on the streets, hassling the fucking dregs of society, every fucking second of the day, on the off chance that they might have, a couple of grams of coke or fucking a half ounce of weed in their pocket that they're selling to somebody who can manage it fairly well, It's not like we've got fucking 200,000 or 300,000 fucking crack addicts crawling around the streets, or it's having such a terrible effect on society. It's just not. Especially around weed. Yeah, it might fuck with people's heads, but why are people fucking taking it? It's like, go fuck yourself. There's no real need for these people other than to fucking, hassle people for their own enjoyment, or to fucking squeeze money out of people. Because that's mostly what they do. Most of them just fucking stop cars, tax and insurance, and fucking, issue fines and nonsense, or actually put people down, like we'll turn up en masse for fucking protests. What do we need them for, really? We don't.
We have our old friend in the chat here giving apologetics for the fascists. And I'm not going to read the details of it because we've been down this road before, man. You know, seriously. What's the foot version of ambidextrous?
Christ, I have no idea. It would just surely come under ambidextrous, wouldn't it?
Hey, you know what? I was thinking of this question before. Hold on. Oh wait, I can't type. Fuck.
But what does ambi? What Greek or Latin word does ambi derive from? Is it like an amputation? Is it? It's got to be the same root, isn't it?
Yeah, same root, I'd imagine. I need to turn off. Oh, I thought. No, airplane mode is off. Wait, hold on. Hey, Bixby.
Yeah, ambi is both and dexterous.
What's the foot version of ambidextrous?
Sure. Here's what the internet says. Players like Ousmane Dembele are extremely rare in world football, and the term for such players is...
Okay, thank you. The jackboot is ambi all, and no ambulance is from the verb ambulate. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look.
So what I have here. So ambidextrous also works. Well, there's the term two-footed. Okay. But ambidextrous works because its original meaning does not refer specifically to hands.
Okay.
So it means like ambi is both, and dexterous is right. So both are right, or both are correct. So. Or both are.
Okay,
yeah.
We learned a little Latin today. Thank you.
There we go.
All right. The jackboot of fascism is ambidextrous, brother. So you gotta get with the fucking program, okay? Because one day you're going to be the enemy of the state. And, you know, yeah, sure, this fucking white nigger on a fucking bicycle at fucking 1 a.m. isn't your concern. But you know what? He's not going to be fucking showing up at the courthouse fucking sporting you when you fucking fall foul of these fascists, okay? So, you know, be a little more skeptical of what you're seeing here, brother. Just think about it, man. You know, you're playing, I hope everyone, at least a few of us understand what it's like to play Grand Theft Auto. Any of the games from 1 to fucking, we're up to 5 now?
Yeah, I think 6 to be released soon.
6 is to be released soon, right? So you have like the scale of 1 to 5 stars of like, the cops against you,
Yeah.
So you're just walking around town and you're trying to do this mission, right? And then a fucking cop NPC just comes up to you randomly and starts giving you grief, and then you punch them in the face to get away from them because, that's your fucking right. And then suddenly there's fucking tanks and helicopters after you. That's what this nigga here on the bicycle is up against, right? If he actually asserts his rights, then all the fucking cops in the town are going to descend upon this little fucking housing estate, wake everyone up because some guy on a bicycle who's not doing anything wrong refused to give in to these cunts. Just think about it, man. Okay? The people who have the full force of the fucking state behind them, they can call in the military if it's necessary. Don't you think that you should have some extra fucking protection when you fucking interact with them? Think about it, man. Just fucking think about it. Sorry, this wrecks my head, man. It just fucking felts me.
Yeah, but you just think of it like this, first they came for the drunks, but I wasn't a drunk, so I didn't stand up for the drunks, and then they came for the scangers and drug addicts, but I wasn't a scanger and drug addicts, so I didn't stand up for them, etc., etc., etc. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to stand up for me, and they took me too. Because that's what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a scanger on the fucking street or, the most respectful person in society. If we have laws that aren't adhered to and that are abused by the guardians of the fucking peace, well, then what kind of society do you live in? Granted, you're safe because, it doesn't really affect you yet. It's like you said, society, it doesn't stay the same fucking way forever, So, like, people are worried about the right wing and, the fascists or a different form of fascists taking power. Well, what if they do? Do you think they're not going to have a grudge? Do you think they're not going to have, a grudge against certain people with certain ideologies, and they go, okay, well, we have all these wonderful fucking hate speech laws in place now, so let's use them. Anybody who's in favour of anything progressive, you're now an enemy of the new state. And all these this apparatus we have in place, like all these guards, like they really weren't on board with it. I mean, ideologically, they couldn't give a flying fuck about anything progressive at all. They're just doing it for the fucking money. And us new fascists, like, we're not really that intelligent anyway. We've no love of fucking knowledge or wisdom, anything like that. We're just sick of how we were treated. So now, rather than kind of bring the nation together, we're going to go for revenge. And we're going to turn those forces on you. And if you say anything, well, guess what? We don't fucking care. And the people who did care, well, now they're not really going to care either, because they say, well, they couldn't be fucking arsed to speak up when it mattered for us guys, but it's easy for us now. So maybe we should just sit back. I wouldn't, because it doesn't fucking matter who's on the receiving end of the injustice, which people seem to, of a particular ideology, seem to care a lot about injustice. But it seems a certain type of injustice is only really important to them. But, I don't. I just care about injustice. So I don't care if it's a scanger or a fucking high-end official, whoever is basically getting put upon unlawfully, unfairly, and unjustly. It should be called fucking out. Wherever it is. And this is just what we see in front of us now, like. And again, this is low-level shit. Like, this is just a petty fucking nuisance. On the street. And what are they going to achieve? What did they actually achieve if that guy has fucking drugs on him, right? if he has an ounce or a kilo, whatever on him, what's been achieved? Nothing. And do you think these guys in the station aren't going to dip into the fucking evidence room? Do you think they're not going to take some of the fucking cash they find on them? Watch as they fucking find cash. Watch how they light up like fucking Christmas trees when they come across a bit of cash. Because it's only scum money anyway, like, They've taken it off scumbags, and it was given to them by scumbags, and sure, who's going to notice if a couple of fucking 50s go missing from it?
And I'm sure that the scumbags, in quotes, will be happy that, their convictions are lessened, because what they were holding suddenly shrank.
Yeah, shrank, or has been fucking added to with fucking, flour or something, like, just to get it back up. And anyone who's anyway involved, heavily in the drugs industry is very rarely fucking touched, unless they represent a threat to the state on some other fucking level, because they're popular or they become folk fucking heroes, and they'd actually have a chance of doing something against the state if they so decided to do so. And any high-ranking Garda or any Garda, like, you think they're not going to be like some high-level drug dealer if there's any actual, people within the force who could make a real dent in their enterprise, that they wouldn't try and bribe them. How much do you earn? 50, 60 years, grand a year? Here's 2 million. Listen, go after all the drug level dealers you want. Just stay away from this airport at this particular time. Stay away from these 4 people. Don't search this truck, that truck, or that truck if you're a customs agent. Because it's amazing how it just keeps coming, isn't it? That the drugs just keep fucking coming all the fucking time.
There's always enough and more. Trust me, I know. There's always enough and more.
Yeah. So how much fucking resources do you need to pump into this problem to end it? The United States government couldn't fucking solve it because they don't want to solve it. because it's particularly fucking profitable. But, you know, if it means hassling poor people on the fucking street endlessly to make people feel better about well, I guess that's okay, because they're not really people any fucking way, are they? They're not really human when you think of it, are they? They're just scum or, you know, far right or, you know, they don't have a job, God for fucking bid. The only bit of enterprise they can actually do, but they're fit to do, is sell drugs, and you want to take that away from them too.
Yeah. It's approaching the problem from the wrong end, you know. Yeah, you know, you've got to mitigate harm in the community and all that, but, you know, like, okay, a certain amount of that, but then, you know, divert surplus resources into, you know, uplifting the communities, you know.
Yeah, it's just not.
But that takes vision and actually wanting to help people, and the people at the top making the decisions on where to spend money. That's not what they're interested in.
No, but yeah, I don't understand people. Like, how could you be against overreach from a police force? How could you be in favor of them abusing their power? Like, why do you think those fucking preconditions are written into law? Like, for the crack? Like, what should we do? Just, you know, just be done with it and just accept, okay, well, they can do whatever they want. They can abuse us in any way they want, any way, shape, or form. Because you're so special that you're never going to come to their attention. Because you're such a good fucking boy that you'll do everything you're told. Whatever law is fucking laid down, you will follow it to a fucking T. Like, how many laws? People are aware of what? Maybe 10, 20 fucking laws? Like, nearly everything, people, you laugh, but nearly everything is illegal on some fucking level. Okay? Yep. People don't understand how little rights this country have. People look across to the UK and go, oh my God, look at the fucking state of that dystopian nightmare. We're worse. We're 1,000 times fucking worse, man. But people can't see it because they're free to watch the telly, go for a drink, go on a fucking holiday twice a year or once a year, whatever it fucking is, and that's good enough for you. That's freedom. That's not freedom. The problem with this country is people don't know what it is to be fucking free. They're terrified of it. They're not even free enough to speak their fucking mind, for Christ's sake. I had to fucking embarrass fucking myself by dragging myself onto the Niall Boylan show to fucking expose idiots. Like the ones who are saying, oh yeah, we're all in favour for free speech, but there is no but if you're in favour of free fucking speech. There's no but, well, I'm in favour of this, but you know, you can't say this, but you can't say that, but you can't say that. People are terrified of fucking freedom, for Christ's sake, man. They don't know what to do with them fucking selves. They couldn't handle it. And that's just around speech, man. For fuck's sake. There's comfort in, you know, being a fucking slave, really, because, you know, you have someone to look after you and do your thinking for you and tell you what to do and what you shouldn't do, and you don't have to think, you don't have to worry. Just stay quiet, do what you're fucking told, and everything will be fine. And then you're shocked all of a sudden when, you know, you can't walk down the street without getting your head punched in.
When the boot is on your face. Yeah. You're going to kill me, but I need to pee again.
All right, well, play some fucking music because I need a cup of tea.
We go back to the filth. Yeah.
Will we finish off with the filth?
Oh, yeah,
How long are we into that? Like fucking, what, 8 minutes or something, is it?
A third into it,
All right, okay. Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah, almost a half, yeah.
All right, we're doing well. It's only been, what, 6 hours, is it?
Yeah, I think we spent an hour and a half on introductions and then GP, and then we got into this, so we're talking 4 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
That's their car gone there now. The Audi.
Soon after, Louise and Rachel are drawn to a vehicle and its occupants, who are all familiar faces to the Gardaí.
Of course.
Gardaí.
Got your license on yet? Why
It's no
not?
offence not to have your licence on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you all to step out with the car, alright? Come on, stand over there. Anthony Hive, come on.
Everything on the bonnet.
Right, stand up here. Take your hand out your pocket.
Wait,
Why are they-
wait,
what the fuck is going
did they establish why they're pulling them over?
No, again, just a random fucking stop. Now, I believe the law states that the guard does have the right to stop any vehicle they wish, depending on which way the wind is blowing. So it's one of the,
Oh, okay, so this is a legal stop.
the legal stop. Like, so a guard can, at any given time, pull over a vehicle, but that then doesn't give them the yeah. So it's like think of a traffic stop. Think of a
Yeah.
guarded
Well,
checkpoint.
I
You know.
thought that maybe that had a different legal circumstance, but okay, yeah, no, actually, yeah, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
as
I am open
soon-
to correction on this as well, but as far as I'm aware,
Right.
it's okay. Like, so they must. But again, does it really fucking matter? It's like, is it ever going to make a difference? But let's say they would need probable cause, which I don't think they do. I think. Now I'm not sure, but I think they can just pull over any vehicle they want. But then that
Wow.
doesn't give them carte blanche to fucking.
No,
know.
but it's being asked. Of course, if you're going to pull someone over, then you automatically, of course, have the right to ask for the driving license. And if the driving license isn't on the person, I don't know if that actually is an offense. But if it is, then yeah, of course, I'm sure that can lead to 3 phones and 2 mouth mints on the.
Yeah, so that's grounds for a search there. Right there. Do you have a license on you? No, I left it now. So get out of the car. I'm searching you now for drugs, weapons, what have you. So again, another fucking failed conviction because they haven't followed their protocol. And again, I believe you don't need a license to be a passenger in the car, and I don't think that the end result of that is a search either. You know, so everybody's being searched.
Oh my God, they're searching the passengers too.
Everybody, all occupants of the vehicle.
Oh my God, please, Putin, please, if you're listening out there, please save me. I live in a fascist, totalitarian shithole. Please.
But it's okay. They're scumbags. They're known to the guards, so therefore it's okay, you know?
Yeah.
Don't panic. It's okay. They're just, they're not even human. They're just, scumbags.
Yeah.
It could never happen outside of this scenario, you know?
No, never.
No. When words become more dangerous than drugs, well, then we might have a problem. Oh, we have a problem. We live in that age now where, drugs, yeah, but we're just about to legalize them. And what we do with the guards once the drugs are legal, because all they seem to spend their time doing is mopping up the aftermath of drug abuse and alcohol abuse. But if we take away that chunk of work from them, well, then we need something else to fill it. Words. There's no shortage of words. There's no shortage of interpretation of words. So let's criminalize words, and then once we have that in, thoughts will follow. We can't do thoughts first and then words. They'd never fall for it. So we'll do words first, hurty words first, and then we'll have them police them. And then, are you in possession of prohibited words?
Well, you're absolutely right. The ADL, that thoroughly fucking mocked and disreputed organization. They have in their list of white supremacist symbolism the OK sign, when your finger goes to your thumb, and in my early childhood, that was an imaginary friend for me named Dr. Henry. But today, it's the OK sign, and it's also a sign of white supremacy. So, like any day, anything in your possession could become, illegal.
Yeah, and part of the proposed hate speech crime is that anything in your possession that could be interpreted as hateful. We mentioned it earlier, which is 99% of books that are of any worth. And there's no definition of what hate is. Then it's fucking anything and
so
everything.
Actually, on the spot, then who decides? It's the Garda themselves in that moment Who
In that moment.
decides? Because look, okay, cocaine. Everyone knows what cocaine is, or if there's a white substance that could be suspected as cocaine, it's pretty plain to see, right?
Mm.
However, like words, there's a big fucking wide open gap of interpretation, and if the Garda in the first place doesn't trust you, then, or doesn't like you rather, then the whole process begins, and you're entangled in the courts. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Especially when we're dealing with words and works of literature. Do these people strike you as scholarly types?
Yeah.
But actually, let's discuss it, Guard. Let's have a let's dissect Orwell's 1984 right here and now. Let's overcome. Nope, fucking no smack of a button, and that's the end of the story. So in this scenario, we have this guy again known to the guards, therefore by extension guilty.
All right.
Stopped in the car. Do you have your license on you? No. Generally, if you don't have your license on you, I've been stopped in a car and I didn't have my license on me. Generally, because I just couldn't be arsed, because nothing really comes of it. So you don't have your license. I've never been pulled out of the car. I've never been searched. I've never had the car searched. I've never had my body searched because I didn't have a license on me. It generally involves a look around in the window. Okay, is it taxed and insured and NCT'd? Yep, grand. Okay, you have 10 days to produce your license. Pick the station of your choice. Blah, blah, blah. Then you go and produce your license. Go into a car station, hand them your license. Hey, listen, I was given the option to produce. Here's the license. And then you leave. You shouldn't leave. What you should do first is get a receipt to say that you've produced your license. Because if you don't get the receipt, as I know, well then, 2 months later, you get a summons to court saying you haven't produced your license. Come to court so we can have a talk with you. So then you go to court. You wait around for a while. Surprisingly, it gets dealt with on the day, which was great relief to me because I didn't have to go back 6 or 7 fucking times because it's been adjourned. And then the judge calls your name like you're back in fucking primary school. Microphone doesn't work very well, so you can't hear him very well. So you have to say, "Sorry, what did you say?" And then he shouts at you, and then you have to say, "There's no need to shout." And say, "How do you plead?" Blah blah blah. And then you try to make your case. You say, I went to the police station. I produced the license there and then. It's like, do you have a receipt for it? No, I didn't get one. So you're immediately disbelieved.
Yeah.
Then the guard gets on the stand to give his evidence and then brings up a conviction you have from fucking when you were 14. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I just didn't produce my license. And then it's the case, okay, well, put some money in the poor box and we're done. And, it's struck out and you're on your fucking way. But generally, it's a produce your license. Right. Now I think they can confiscate your car if they want to get, arsey about it and shit like that. But the lesson there is, which I still haven't taken on board, is just make sure you have your license with you in the fucking car. And then if the guard does stop you and you're not being pulled because they particularly care whether you have your license or not, just, have your license and then ask them the nature of the stop. Why are you stopping me? Why did you stop me? And again, you're going to have to record it. Now, I know we don't want to live in a surveillance society, but we do already. So if we're being surveilled, well, then I think it's only wise, not even fair, wise, that people, if they run into state operatives, that they surveil them too. So at the very least, you have evidence, hard fucking evidence of what happened. Because your word against the word of a guard, nothing. It means nil, zero, zip. You have no standing.
They're angels, man.
Yeah, you have
they
no
never lie in the eyes of the
country.
court. They never lie.
Unless faced with hard photographic evidence with audio. And even then, it may try to be argued in some fucking way, shape or fashion, or some archaic stipulation may be brought forward. But it's undeniable. And at the very least, you maintain your freedom because they simply cannot convict in the face of outstanding evidence without exposing the whole fucking scam.
Yeah.
And not everybody within the system is a bent piece of shit. Like, so we have to acknowledge that, you know. But without that evidence, you're done for, because it's your word, a lowly serf, not even a serf, like a lowly slave against, you know, the not the upper echelon, but in the eyes of the court, you know, are guards considered officers of the court, or they're not, are they?
No.
No. Okay. But again, another state agency, another agent of the of the state.
Absolutely. Their words are taken with exceptionally greater trust than
Yeah, so you gotta start recording this shit. And again, another example of best behavior and just all protocol, rules, laws out the fucking window. There's some scumbags. Let's stop them. Okay, what can we get them on? Do you have a license? No. Okay, well then, again, it should be a case of, well, follow the procedure and law in relation to not having a license. That doesn't then give them reason to fucking drag everybody out of the car and search them, you know? Because they're looking, they're trying to incriminate these people. So I don't know if we have entrapment laws, or it wouldn't qualify as entrapment.
No.
But, you know, it's not a lawful stop.
Literally, there's a term, fishing expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it means something, you know.
Yeah. But again, if they did find anything, well then again, it would be just fucking thrown out. If a solicitor who gives a shit about you and doesn't advise you just to plead guilty, well then it would have to be thrown out of court, because it's an unlawful search, especially as a passenger of a car. Like they've given no grounds even for the stop. There's no grounds for the search unless they've edited it out. But generally what would happen is, if the cop is still a piece of shit but is smart, well, they normally say they can smell cannabis or alcohol emanating from the car magically, you know. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a device that captures scent yet. So that may be argued in court. Well, the guard said they smelt cannabis emanating from the car. But if you have the recording of what actually transpired, which is an objective account of what happened, and the court still, you know, it still holds muster in court. You know, it's supposed to be objective. There's objective tests in law, as there should be, and the camera does not lie. So if you're going to run into the guards in any way, shape, or form, I would suggest you have some sort of recording device. If you're engaged in risky activity, be it whatever it may be, well then have a recording device and record every interaction with them, because just as it will make you behave that little bit better, I guarantee you, outside of, you know, being in the comfort of RTE and forgetting where they are, and, you know, kind of hamming it up for the cameras, and having an inflated ego about it, because all the lads will be watching it and their mates, and like, oh, sure, look at you, I saw you on the telly the other night there, Clodagh, you were fucking smashing all together, smashing. You gotta start recording your encounters with these people.
Yeah,
they will have body cams. They will all have body cams within the year. So even then, they won't be able to turn around to you and say, you know, like, how awful it is. How dare you record me? I don't consent to this. Like that matters. Yeah. So let's have a little play out. See what comes of this. Like, what
Take off your
great mystery they will uncover. Take off
I will
your
bring you back
shoes.
the station for the purpose of search. Okay?
We know them, they know us. They're well used to us searching them in cars, and to them it's a laugh. To us, we're doing our job.
So it is an
You're not
offence
doing
not to
your
carry
job.
your driver's license on.
Oh, you're going through the fucking motions.
Yeah, you're abusing your fucking power is what you're doing. It's not your job to it's your job to uphold the law, not to circumvent it.
On you. I'm now requiring you under Section 9 of the Road Traffic Act, okay, to provide me with a specimen of oral fluid, okay? 10 times I want you to rub that on your tongue, okay? Let me see. I'm going to show you this, okay? So if you want to have a look there, you can see that there's a positive line for cocaine. Step out of the vehicle there.
What's going on?
Okay.
Hand over all your property.
Yeah, anything in the pockets?
Okay, so the one time the fishing expedition paid off.
On the driver. Now, I'm surprised they didn't try and fucking drug test everybody else who wasn't a passenger. But I think it's only fair if the average citizen has to be subjected to random drug tests for no particular reason whatsoever. They didn't stop them because they had a suspicion he was driving under the influence of cocaine. They stopped him on, like you said, a fishing expedition. So I think the guards should be held to the same standard that the average citizen, if they see a guard acting suspiciously, they should be subjected to on-street drug testing, because that would be interesting, wouldn't it? You know, even on a statutory basis, none of them are required to any mandatory drug testing. Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't you like to know if our guardians of the peace or guardians of the galaxy, let's face it, like that's what they are, like they're that important. It's guardians of the peace just doesn't do them justice. Guardians of the galaxy, keeping peace within the galaxy, so keeping reality in check. I would like to see them drug tested on a random basis, like any other organization. If the role is that important, well, then we have to be sure in the knowledge that these guys aren't, coked up to the eyeballs, or have any cannabis, God forbid, in their system, or benzos, any drug at all, really. Even alcohol. They shouldn't, like, if they got such a problem with alcohol, they should all be fucking teetotalers by extension, it's that big a problem, like. So,
You know the way you hear stories of loss protection officers, right? In, big stores or whatever. And they would just, randomly nab fucking shoplifters and stuff. What we need is that for the Gardaí, right? People who wander around Ireland dressed as, yobs, or, hippies, like bad hippies, like just fucking smelly, fucking alcoholic hippies, right? And then, the Gardaí, sorry, I'm distracted by breasts again. Usually I'm not. For some reason tonight, I'm just all about breasts. All right, so
it's a heady mix, power and titties, my friend.
Yeah,
it's almost...
yeah, especially when there's a fucking intercom connected to them. These people get approached by Gardaí, and then they kind of audit them.
Yeah.
Let's say, and report back to the head base. Say you got a bit of a problem here in this Garda station, and if there's an egregious violation, then that's reported and actioned upon. I mean, like that. Wouldn't that repair the perception of the Gardaí?
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
So some level of accountability would be nice,
Yeah, accountability. Have you ever? Oh, well, what's that tribunal that was going on for all my fucking life about some guy who was, what was it, tortured, or the Morris tribunal, was it? What's that about? I don't know. Nobody knows, because it began when my fucking parents were toddlers, and it ended just last week, Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, there's and the general outcome of a tribunal like that is to amend the current legislation where nobody can bring a complaint in future against the cards. Like, and I'm not joking. Like, generally when acts are amended in this country, it's okay, well, what loopholes were there? Okay, let's close those loopholes and let's give them more power. So the the little rights that the citizen has left are further reduced. And because if nobody can complain, well, then clearly there's no problems.
Yeah,
that's the logic of it, But yeah, so an auditing or some sort of internal affairs organization that actually had power would work. But again, that's giving away the power of the citizen to the state to act on its behalf, and it can't, like, because nobody can act in your best interest other than yourself, and even then,
Yeah.
it's a roll of the dice most times if you're actually acting in your own interest. But yeah, there should be people out there auditing the police, which is a particularly dangerous fucking job. Like,
Yeah. I was considering, because by the way, I scraped up side of my car on my friend's driveway, which was at an odd turn and at a awful fucking angle to the ground, and I was looking too much in the direction that the traffic was coming from that I didn't see the other side where my wing mirror was like half smashed against the fucking wall, and I freaked out. Drove forward and then drove a little out and then back. But then, my fucking side, I pulled in the wing mirror first, right? But then the whole side of my car was scraped, and I was thinking, fuck, this looks awful. And I was thinking, could I do some kind of decal on it? But then I thought, wait, that'll just, make me look like a scumbag. But then I thought, wait, that's a great idea. I'd love to just attract the attention of, these cunts, like, honey to the bees and the fucking flies, and get them to come to me. And I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm taxed, insured, NCT as of last week. Thank you very much. I'm totally legitimate, and everywhere I go is totally legitimate, even if I'm not going anywhere and I just want to go for a drive. Like, they're never going to find anything illegal on me.
Well, that's why many auditors dress like scumbags.
Yeah.
And wear balaclavas.
Yeah.
Like
to draw attention. Yeah, and then expose the fucking like this right here is an abomination to due process and law.
And this is, again, I have to repeat it, this is best behavior, right? So even say an auditor engages in this and has a body cam on them, even with the body cam on it, they act like fucking lunatics, like the worst behavior you can imagine. And so a lot of auditors in the UK have gone away from body cameras and now wear spy glasses to capture even worse behavior. Because that's what it is. There's a fair chunk, and we'll give credit where it's due. Not all, but a fair amount of officers who are just it's power crazed, like.
Yeah, actually,
and
you know
can't
what?
be blamed because there's no recourse for a complaint.
You know what?
Very little.
We bitch about Americans, guns and yeah, but you know what? The American police, right? For how many years? Like 10 years now, they've been trained by the IDF, right? IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, the guys that kill innocent people for a living.
Mm-hmm.
They're training American police, but per capita, right? I bet that there hasn't been that many deaths under American police in all these years as there have been under Gardaí.
No, yeah, if you were to do it, if you were to do the figures correctly and work out the percentages,
these people kill more people than the people trained by genocidal maniacs.
What does that tell you? Yeah, and in the States, like this, their citizens have a lot of rights, so you can actually. Now, listen to this. This may shock people to their core. You can actually get fired from the police in America, man. You can actually lose your job.
Ooh.
You can lose your job if you step outside of the law, and a citizen can actually sue you rather easily, and be, compensated monetarily, and then, as a result of that, the officer loses. Now, I know it's hard to take in, but they can actually lose their job. And I say it again, not get a promotion, no, lose their job. But
well, I mean, getting a promotion is technically losing your job. You lost the first one, and then you get another.
Yeah, but internally within the force, like unlike Ireland. You know, you don't if you act in a tyrannical manner, well then clearly you're management material. Like, what are you doing in the lower ranks? Like, you know, we've been looking for tyrants like you for everywhere. We've traveled the length and breadth of the country. Didn't come up on the aptitude test, but wow, you are progressing through the ranks at speed, Orla, or whatever the fuck your name is. Yeah, but again, another example of, you know, femininity at its finest. Kind, understanding, empathic, and caring. You know, almost a motherly instinct
but
for
you
these
know,
poor wayward boys.
I'm sorry, but you know, from that angle, from that view, I'm just thinking, holding on to that ponytail with my right hand and just giving her everything I have.
Yeah, power fucking the bitch into submission.
And she'll love it too. You know, that's what she's into. I mean, that's. I mean,
Absolutely.
look, you know, she's hunting down men all day. I mean, come on.
Yeah, she's power tripping all day. She gets home, like, oh, I'm just looking for someone to tell me what to do. Yeah, that's it. Spit on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit me harder. Yeah. Get the cups out.
Let's carry on.
Yeah. Search me.
Definitely the younger crowd coming through now, they definitely have less respect for guards and
No!
authority and
No! Do you think maybe you might want to set up a committee to, you know, question that and, you know, ask the people who don't have respect for you, why don't you have respect for me? And then fucking listen to them.
Maybe a questionnaire or something like that. Maybe fucking... Who's this other one beside her? Again, 7 chins. Tiny ears, like the ears like a fucking chimpanzee. Look at the size of those ears. Like, they're tiny, like. There's just tiny ears, tiny nose, and those awful fucking manicured eyebrows that do nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing for her.
No, see, the thing is that if you're ugly, right, and you try to, you know, bring forth your beauty with, you know, manicuring and makeup and stuff, it just emphasizes how ugly you are.
Yeah, true.
You know, just a pointer for not just women, but, you know, men out there, you know.
Yeah, and they need to work on the stab vests, like just have it cover the entire torso, especially the lower torso, because look at just go back a few minutes there. There's always a fat bulge that just comes out where the fucking stab vest ends, like.
So it is an offence not to carry your driver's license on you.
Oh no, it was a bit further. We can just play it. It's only a few seconds in anyway, so.
Oh, a bit further forward. Okay.
Yeah, forward.
Okay.
This is weird, man. This is really weird.
Let me see.
What
I'm
is
going to
she
show you this,
doing?
okay? So if you want to have a look there, you can see
Well,
that there's a
I tell you what
positive
she's
link for
doing. She's
cocaine.
she has a bag of coke in her pocket, so she's licked that fucking glove, stuck her tongue into the bag of coke, and is now rubbing it all over the fucking sample
It's
to get it
not
positive.
beyond the point of fucking possibility.
Uh.
Really. Well, after all we've seen with these people, come on. Let's be real.
Ian,
Yeah.
step out of the vehicle there.
Yeah. Don't those gloves
Hand
have
over all
like a
your property.
powdery substance in them as well? Don't they, to begin with? Those latex gloves, they always have powder in them, so you can
Do you
get them on
think
your hand
maybe
easily.
There's a special line
Yeah.
for Gardaí?
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Pre-lined cocaine gloves.
Yeah. Every sample positive.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, anything in the pockets?
definitely the younger crowd coming through now, they definitely have less respect for
Look at the bulge.
guards.
There it is. Look, you fat fuck. Like,
Oh, there.
that's it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
there. Yeah, and the arm
yeah,
bulge as well.
she needs to watch out. You know, that could turn into a gunt very easily.
Yeah.
And authority, and they don't care that you're a guard. There's no fear of being arrested or charged or brought before the courts as much as you would see in the older generation.
We are doing some of this cocaine. Go out. Get them out! Get them out!
Some people might see the glamorous side of being involved in drugs and think there's loads of money and it's
Oh wait, look at that.
I know. Is that a design or is that mold?
It's mold. There couldn't be a design. Like, how do you design that? What is that? Fucking cotton or something, right? Yeah.
I don't know. What
whatever
car are they
that
driving?
is. I don't know. Look up the average. What
I think they're
model?
Hyundais, aren't they?
are the- But no, seriously, that whatever that is. No, you can't print that. Okay, it's not even. There's no uniformity to it. That's mold, man. You all don't understand how deleterious to your mental and physical condition black mold is. Okay, it gets into your fucking brain and it makes you fucking mental, right? These bitches, they go to bed at night after their fucking, a shark hunt. And then they have fucking nightmares all night and they wake up like 3 times. They haven't fucking had a stable 8 hours of sleep in fucking months. And they're taking their frustrations out on random fucking yobs.
Okay, let's have a look. So they have Skoda Octavias. Oh no, I'm not even searching. It's going to take like 80 fucking minutes to get the information I actually fucking want. So give me every detail. So give me breakdowns of the maintenance costs on the vehicles for your.
Yeah, but
It doesn't
you
tell
know
me what the vehicles are.
A public service announcement. When it comes to the detectives, only one car. That's the one car. There's no other. That's the car.
What
Anyway.
the fuck are you talking about, man?
I'm being. Oh, dude, you blew my cover. I was trying to be subtle, right? There's one car that detectives drive, okay? It's the one fucking model. I swear to God. Every fucking time you see that model of car, be fucking careful. Especially if you see this box up on the back. That's a special box that, looks at your fucking registration and shit like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
But generally, okay, remember the model of car, okay? Because that's the detective's car. For some reason, we're the only country in the world where detectives only use the one type of car.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Right, I can't find what kind of cars they
Yeah,
actually.
but
drive.
there's no car where the inside looks like it has a mold infection. Okay, Jesus Christ.
it's cool and whatever, but then you have to remind them as well that, like, if their family member got injured with a drug driver, like, you have to point out the other side to them as well, and it's not this glamorous lifestyle that some may lead to believe.
Okay, stop that there for a second. Sorry, I'm lost in statistics now. This is fucking shocking. Like, so let's have a quiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Expenditure around fleet management.
All right.
So we'll give the figures first, right, for the vehicles they have. So let me see. We go to the 31st of December 2023. So marked cars. How many marked cars do you think the guards have countrywide?
I'm going to say 3,000.
1,015.
Oh.
As of up until August of this year, it's increased to 1,053.
Okay.
Unmarked cars.
Oh. Let's say 2,000.
1,586.
Oh.
Increased to 1,590 as of August 24. So that's a total of 2,601 cars. Vans, 529. Motorcycles, 136.
Yeah, figured.
4x4s, 101. And other vehicles, 53.
Other.
yeah, bicycles maybe, prison vans.
all-terrain vehicles.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
prison vans or vans, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, purchases of vehicles. So, in 2023, they spent 14,856,379 euros on purchases of vehicles. Fuel.
What? No, that doesn't math. Sorry. Come on.
Yeah.
People
14
are
million.
taking the piss here.
Previous year, 2022, 16 million. 2021, 8 million. 2020, 16 million. So, yeah, the last.
What? It doubled on year?
Pretty much. So we go back to 2008, 8 million. 2009 was a slow year for car sales. 216,000 is all they spent in 2009. It didn't get that low again. Then we have 3 million, 1.5 million, 2012, 3.5 million, 2013, 10 million, 2014, another 10 million, 2015, 8 million, 2016, 10 million, 27, 5.
The purchase of vehicles.
On the purchase of vehicles, like just
What
unbelievable.
the fuck?
Right? So then, fuel. 2023, 9 million euros on fuel. Maintenance, 10 million on maintenance. 1.5 million on tires. And 400,000 on towing, for a grand total of 21,327,000 euros on fuel and maintenance.
Okay, in what period?
That was 2023. Plus, on top of that, 14 million for the purchase of vehicles. So we are now at 35 million.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's nice to know, isn't it? So 35 million in 1 year on cars and maintenance.
There are bus companies who have way less overhead. Like we're talking decimal points of overhead by comparison. Jeez Louise.
We have to keep them safe in this, dangerous work they're engaged in, hassling people. I'm like, so make sure they must change the tires every fucking 2 weeks, man.